Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jack Brennan will raise some red flags, while Christina Corinthos Davis' future could be on shaky ground. Meanwhile, Ava Jerome will let something slip. At GH, Rick Lansing will continue processing a recent memory tied to his car accident. Since Rick remembers seeing Christina that night, he'll find himself struggling to make sense of that vivid image. Whether Rick decides to share that memory or not, Molly Lansing Davis might chalk it up to confusion from his head trauma if he does mention it. Then again, Rick might hold off until he can confirm a few more details on his own. While that plays out, Ava will be busy questioning Elizabeth Baldwin in her hospital room. Although Ava may try to keep her approach casual, her line of questioning is bound to raise a few eyebrows, and Elizabeth may start to wonder about her true intentions. Ava might pretend she's simply concerned and trying to gather as much information as possible about the crash, but there could be more to the story. Elizabeth may still be unaware that someone tampered with the brakes, something Ava discovered at the car repair shop. That detail could remain under wraps for now, but Rick might eventually get the full scoop if Ava decides to confide in him. It's likely Ava will go back to Rick and reveal what she found, that someone intentionally compromised the vehicle, sparking suspicions that Christina may have been involved. Elsewhere, in the GH chapel, Lucky Spencer will confront Christina about what happened, and things could get intense. Despite the blow-up, it looks like Christina will manage to convince him to keep quiet, for now. Still, that may only buy her a little time, especially since Ava seems to be getting closer to the truth. Christina could soon find herself cornered if Ava decides to use that information to her advantage, possibly hinting at blackmail. Meanwhile, Lucy Coe will continue putting together the nurses' ball lineup and will be hopeful about recruiting more talent, specifically Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor. It seems Kai will suggest teaming up with Trina for a duet, and she may be open to the idea, giving the event an exciting new dynamic. Over at Carly Spencer's house, she'll be eager to hear all about Jocelyn Jack's trip to Easter Island. However, Jocelyn might find herself in a tight spot trying to explain, since she never actually went there. Instead, Jocelyn has been spending time at a WSB training facility, which she'll keep under wraps. That means she'll have to make up a story for Carly and Jason Morgan to cover her real activities. Jason will notice some inconsistencies and may press Jocelyn for answers, putting her on the defensive. Despite her best efforts, Jason could start to sense that something's not adding up. At Anna Devane's office, Brennan will storm in with word that Valentin Cassadine has been successfully transferred to Steinmauer. While Anna will breathe a sigh of relief, Brennan will caution her that her own safety might be at risk now. By intervening to spare Valentin, Anna could have created complications with the WSB or stirred up other dangers connected to Valentin's past. General Hospital spoilers suggest Brennan will share some ominous thoughts about what could be coming for Anna. General Hospital spoilers hint that Christina Corinthos Davis could be facing serious legal consequences, including the possibility of arrest and prison time. Could this finally be the moment where Christina is held accountable for her actions? Over time, Christina has taken on a more self-important entitled persona, often acting as if her choices don't carry weight or repercussions. It might be time for the show to explore a storyline where Christina faces the consequences of her decisions in a significant way. Despite her emotional scenes in the chapel, where she admitted to making mistakes, Christina still seems more focused on appearing supportive than genuinely owning up to what she's done. From endangering Rick Lansing's life to the way she's currently behaving with Molly Lansing Davis, a reckoning feels necessary. In the April 8 episode, Lucky Spencer will reportedly express that Christina has crossed a line. We'll see an impassioned Lucky insists that Christina should be held responsible, and many fans appeared to share that sentiment. After the tragic fall that ended Christina's pregnancy, she seemed more focused on shifting blame than processing what really happened. That particular storyline left a lasting impression on viewers and arguably made Christina a more polarizing character. Now, with Christina hiding her connection to the tampering of Rick's brakes, viewers have yet another reason to feel definitely fans who wouldn't be surprised, or even disappointed, if Christina ended up being arrested and facing legal consequences. Ava Jerome recently discovered that Rick's car brakes were sabotaged, and may soon put together that Rick remembers seeing Christina near his vehicle before the crash. Given that Rick was parked in Ava's usual spot, this detail might push Ava to suspect Christina's involvement. GA spoilers suggest Ava could use this knowledge to her advantage, possibly as leverage against both Christina and Sonny Corinthos. Though how long that leverage lasts is anyone's guess. Lucky may choose to keep Christina's secret for now, but he might not be able to shield her from the fallout forever. It's even possible Christina could confess on her own to put an end to the stress and guilt that's been building. Eventually, Molly will likely learn the full extent of what happened, and once she does, she may demand justice. She might even push for Christina to face full legal accountability for what nearly happened to Rick. According to General Hospital spoilers, Molly could foresee a future where Christina must answer for her actions, and when that time comes, there may be no turning back. The arrest stems from Christina's involvement in the Dawn of Day cult, led by the manipulative and dangerous Shiloh Archer. Christina, vulnerable and seeking purpose, was drawn into Shiloh's web, becoming deeply entangled in his exploitative practices. While she eventually escaped the cult's clutches, her actions during her time with Dawn of Day have now caught up with her. The charges against Christina include conspiracy to commit a crime, obstruction of justice, and potentially even aiding and abetting Shiloh's nefarious activities. The district attorney's office, under the leadership of Robert Scorpio, has been building a case against Christina for months, meticulously gathering evidence to prove her complicity in Shiloh's schemes. We understand that Christina Corinthos Davis was manipulated and victimized by Shiloh Archer, DA Scorpio stated in a press conference this morning. However, the evidence clearly demonstrates that she actively participated in illegal activities while under Shiloh's influence. Justice demands that she be held accountable for her actions. The news of Christina's arrest has ignited a firestorm of debate in Port Charles. Some residents believe she is a victim of Shiloh's predatory tactics and should be shown leniency. Others argue that she knew exactly what she was doing and should face the full consequences of her actions. Christina willingly contributed to the DoD Trust, a scheme used by Shiloh to control and exploit his followers. The prosecution alleges that Christina knew or should have known that the trust was being used for illegal purposes. Christina participated in the controversial trust exercises at Dawn of Day, which involved revealing deeply personal information to Shiloh. The prosecution argues that these exercises were a form of manipulation and coercion, and that Christina's participation demonstrates her willingness to comply with Shiloh's demands. After realizing the true nature of Dawn of Day, Christina attempted to help Shiloh cover up his crimes. The prosecution argues that these actions constitute obstruction of justice and demonstrate her guilt. Several former Dawn of Day members are expected to testify against Christina, detailing her involvement in the cult and her compliance with Shiloh's orders. The prosecution is expected to argue that while Christina was initially a victim, she eventually became a willing participant in Shiloh's schemes. They will emphasize that she had opportunities to leave Dawn of Day, but chose to stay, and that her actions ultimately contributed to the suffering of other victims. Christina's defense team, led by renowned attorney Diane Miller, is expected to argue that she was a victim of Shiloh's manipulation and should not be held fully responsible for her actions. Christina Corinthos Davis is a young woman who was targeted by a skilled manipulator, Diane Miller stated in a brief interview outside the courthouse. Shiloh Archer preyed on her vulnerabilities and used his influence to control her actions. We believe that the evidence will show that Christina was acting under duress and that her actions should be viewed in the context of her victimization. The defense is expected to present evidence of Shiloh's manipulative tactics and his ability to brainwash his followers. They will argue that Christina was in a vulnerable state of mind when she joined Dawn of Day and that she was unable to make rational decisions. Furthermore, the defense is likely to highlight Christina's eventual escape from the cult and her efforts to help other victims. They will argue that her actions after leaving Dawn of Day demonstrate her remorse and her desire to make amends. They also argue that Christina's actions were not intended to cause harm and that she was simply trying to protect herself and her friends. They may argue that she was acting out of fear and that she should be given a second chance. The news of Christina's arrest has deeply affected the Corinthos family, particularly her parents, Sonny Corinthos and Alexis Davis. Sonny, fiercely protective of his children, is reportedly devastated by the news. He is determined to support Christina and ensure that she receives the best possible legal representation. However, he is also grappling with the reality of her actions and the potential consequences she faces. Alexis, an attorney herself, is torn between her love for her daughter and her commitment to the law. She is deeply disappointed by Christina's actions, but also understands the circumstances that led to her involvement in Dawn of Day. Alexis is expected to play a significant role in Christina's defense, offering legal advice and emotional support. Christina's siblings, including Sam McCall, also have mixed feelings about the situation. While they are supportive of Christina, they are also aware of the gravity of her actions and the potential harm she caused to others. The Corinthos family's internal struggles will undoubtedly play out on screen, adding another layer of drama to the already complex storyline. The Christina Corinthos Davis case has had a profound impact on the community of Port Charles. Residents are divided on whether she deserves punishment or sympathy. The case has also sparked a broader discussion about the dangers of cults and the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals from manipulation and exploitation. Local community leaders have organized town hall meetings to discuss the case and address the concerns of residents. These meetings have been marked by heated debates and emotional testimonies, highlighting the deep divisions within the community. The case has also brought renewed attention to the issue of cults and the challenges faced by individuals who are trying to escape their influence. Local support groups have seen a surge in membership as more and more people seek help and understanding. Christina is currently being held in the Port Charles jail, awaiting her arraignment. At the arraignment, she will be formally charged with the crimes she is accused of committing. The next step in the legal process will be a preliminary hearing, where the prosecution will present evidence to demonstrate that there is probable cause to believe that Christina committed the crimes. If the judge determines that there is sufficient evidence, the case will proceed to trial. At trial, both the prosecution and the defense will present their evidence and arguments to a jury. The jury will then deliberate and decide whether Christina is guilty or not guilty of the charges against her. If Christina is found guilty, she could face significant prison time. The exact sentence will depend on the severity of the crimes and her prior criminal record. However, even if Christina is found not guilty, she will still have to live with the consequences of her actions. Her reputation has been tarnished, and she will likely face ongoing scrutiny and judgment from the community. The Christina Corinthos Davis case is far from over. General Hospital spoilers hint at a potential secret being exposed involving Danny Morgan and Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Could Willow Corinthos overhear something that reveals Jason Morgan's paternity lie? On April 11, Sasha will have a heart-to-heart with Danny. Since Jason is pretending to be the father of Sasha's baby, this gives Sasha the opportunity to connect with Danny, his real son, a little more. From the start, Jason has been insistent that Danny can handle the truth. While Danny doesn't know who Sasha's baby's real father is, he's aware that Jason is playing the role of the father in this situation. Although Jason is confident that Danny will keep the secret, accidents happen, especially on a soap where eavesdropping is a favorite pastime. As Sasha and Danny bond, the conversation may naturally turn to the awkwardness of the arrangement. Sasha might express her gratitude to Danny for keeping quiet and understanding the sensitivity of the situation. After Sasha praises Jason for stepping in and helping her, Danny may have a few more questions. It's possible that Danny will ask about the real father and wonder if there's more Sasha can share. Sasha likely won't reveal any details that would point to Michael Corinthos as the father, but she may drop subtle hints about the complexities of the situation. Perhaps Sasha will suggest that the biological father has enough to deal with, and if the truth were to get out, it could make things even more difficult for him. Meanwhile, Willow will be in for a surprise in the April 11 episode, the same day Sasha and Danny can expect Willow to be shaken by something she discovers, possibly by overhearing an important conversation. It's likely that Willow will listen in as Sasha and Danny talk about Jason covering for the real father of her baby. If she hears enough, Willow could quickly piece things together and realize that Michael is the baby's father. Sasha has already expressed concern that if the truth comes out, Michael could lose custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. General Hospital spoilers indicate Sasha will be even more worried if Willow figures out the paternity secret. The latest spoilers for General Hospital suggest a potentially explosive week ahead, with Danny Morgan's connection to Sasha Gilmore and the long-dormant truth about Jason Morgan's paternity of Danny potentially coming to light. The repercussions could be devastating, particularly for Willow Tate and her relationship with Michael Corinthos, as well as for Sam McCall and her connection to Jason's legacy. Danny, being a sensitive and observant child, could pick up on subtle cues and inconsistencies that others miss. This could lead him to confide in his mother, Sam, setting in motion a chain of events that could expose Sasha's vulnerabilities and force her to confront her demons. The implications of Danny uncovering Sasha's secret are multifaceted. First, it could create a rift between Sam and Sasha, as Sam might feel protective of her son and wary of Sasha's influence. Second, it could inadvertently lead to Jason learning more about Sasha's struggles, reigniting feelings he might have suppressed from their past fake relationship. And third, it could provide an opportunity for Sasha to open up about her addiction and seek genuine support, potentially leading to a path of recovery. The biggest bombshell hinted at in the General Hospital spoilers revolves around the truth of Jason Morgan's paternity of Danny. Longtime viewers will remember the complex circumstances surrounding Danny's conception and birth. Elizabeth Weber, Jason's then-partner, became pregnant after a one-night stand with Franco Baldwin, a man who had a history of erratic behavior. To protect Jason from the devastating truth and to provide stability for the child, Elizabeth allowed Jason to believe he was the father. However, the truth has always remained a ticking time bomb, threatening to explode and shatter the carefully constructed reality. Now, it seems the clock is running out. According to reliable sources within the General Hospital production team, Willow Tate could be the key to unlocking this decades-old secret. Willow, known for her strong moral compass and unwavering commitment to truth, might stumble upon evidence that suggests Jason is not Danny's biological father. This could happen through a variety of ways, from overhearing a conversation to discovering old medical records. Willow, working closely with families and children at General Hospital, may encounter inconsistencies in Danny's medical records or genetic predispositions that raise red flags about his parentage. Elizabeth, burdened by the weight of the lie, might subconsciously drop hints about Danny's true father, which Willow, with her perceptive nature, could pick up on. The emotional toll of keeping such a significant secret has undoubtedly weighed heavily on Elizabeth for years. The memory of Franco Baldwin continues to linger in Port Charles. Willow might uncover evidence or information related to Franco's past that connects him to Elizabeth and Danny, leading her to question Jason's paternity. The consequences of Willow uncovering the truth about Jason's paternity are potentially catastrophic. If Willow discovers that Jason is not Danny's father, the fallout will be widespread and deeply personal. The revelation could strain Willow's relationship with Michael Corinthos. Michael, known for his strong family values and his unwavering loyalty to Jason, would be devastated to learn that his close friend and confidant has been living a lie for so long. Willow's discovery could force Michael to reevaluate his perception of both Jason and Elizabeth. The news would undoubtedly have a profound impact on Jason and Sam's already complicated relationship. Jason would feel betrayed and manipulated by Elizabeth's deception, questioning the foundation of their past relationship and the very identity he has forged as Danny's father. Sam, witnessing Jason's pain and anger, would be torn between her loyalty to him and her understanding of Elizabeth's motives. Their already fractured bond could be pushed to the breaking point, would likely destabilize Elizabeth's relationship with Hamilton Finn. Finn, a man who values honesty and transparency, would struggle to reconcile Elizabeth's deception with his own values. He might question whether he truly knows the woman he loves and whether their relationship can withstand such a significant breach of trust. Perhaps the most significant consequence of this revelation would be its impact on Danny himself. Learning that the man he has always known as his father is not his biological parent could be deeply traumatizing. It would raise questions about his identity, his place in the Morgan family, and his relationship with both Jason and Franco's memory. The revelation of Jason's paternity secret could send shockwaves through Port Charles, forcing characters to confront long-held truths and make difficult choices. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.